Hello and welcome back to Behind the Curve Gaming. In this week's episode, I've picked up a late 90s sci-fi cult classic of a film, and it's PS1 tie-in game. Let's talk about those, shall we? So I really wanted to pick up this film for a long time. That kind of sounds weird. I don't tend to pick up anything other than kind of your standard release Blu-rays these days, really, unless I come across something in the boot sale, CX, whatever. And I've waited for this one and waited for this one and waited for this one for 2 years, or however long my collection's been going and how long I've had a list for this to come into stock. Now there's a PG version and a 12 version, and I've had the PG version in. I've got it on DVD, don't worry about it, it's just Blu-ray, I wanted it. But it never comes into my local stock in CEX. I've not just ordered it on eBay, I just wanted it to come in locally, you know? I've not been like, I must get this right now. I just eBayed it, just to have a look, see how much it was, see if there's different versions, because apart from the fact that you can get PG and a 12 release, there's your standard Blu-ray releases, there's your 4K Ultra HD releases, there's Steelbook versions. It's just one film, but there's like 6 or 7 different things you can get. And just having a scroll, and this one just hit me. It looks good, and it's a US release for the Ultra 4K version. Widely regarded as the somewhat inferior release to the Studio Canal UK version of the 4K release, but nonetheless, Steelbook, it's just the US release version, and it had free postage on an offer. I put it up how much it was, £33, something like that, from the US. 6-7 days, took about a week to get, not bad. And it is a 1997 Luc Besson action film featuring Bruce Willis, Gary Oldman, and Mila Jovovich. And it is The Fifth Element, if you didn't know already. Now, I've taken a little slip off, a little look-see. Now, obviously, I saw the art, I just thought, that just looks so cool. It's very unique, there's lots of different artwork variants. Unfortunately, inside is pretty much just the discs. No extra artwork going on in there, or any special little things included. I saw that, I just thought, that looks awesome. I'm so used to seeing, when I search it, I'm so used to seeing the standard Blu-ray cover, and I think the Steelbook for Studio Canal release is the same cover. So I've seen that so many times, every time I've searched for it. This came up anew, and it was on offer, and I was like, that's pretty good. So I think it's not that much more expensive than the 4K Steelbook from the UK. So I thought, well, I'll just get the import version for now, and I'll get the UK Steelbook at a later date. It's going to be more widely available, just in case tariffs or import fees or postage or whatever. I just thought I would grab it whilst I could. Now, not to be a film only video, that's not my channel, I also picked up the PS1 tie-in game. So, very good film, in my honest opinion. Did pretty well at the box office compared to its budget. I mean, it's a 90s Bruce Willis film, it's going to have some redeeming features, right? It's very good. I think at the time, because it's a French film, it was the biggest European film, whether that's kind of like release or gross or whatever. It's the biggest European film, and it held on to that title for like 15 years until around 2011, I think. So it's not like it's one of these little tiny hidden gems or whatever no one's ever heard of. It's got a small sentimentality for me, because I entered a magazine competition, remember those? Probably my only magazine competition I've ever entered, when I guess I was about 7. And I came in runners-up place, I think. I've forgotten what was first place, right? Unfortunately. But I got the VHS release of this and the soundtrack. And at the time, I was just like, this is amazing, I love this film. And obviously, Mila was in it, and she was looking awesome, with orange hair and very unique outfits, for martial arts and everything. And I was like, that's cool. And yeah, absolutely love this film. I'm really happy I finally got it, and in a release I didn't know about, because it's not something that I researched as such. It's just, I want to pick that up on Blu-ray. I just happen to have done this. It is what it is. I've not got a 4K TV. I think an Xbox One S or an Xbox One X is as far back as you can go to play it, and I have got those. That's fine. But it does come with a Blu-ray as well, so awesome. I am looking forward to watching this in all its glory. Love this film. On to the PS1 tie-in game, obviously, The Fifth Element, obviously. A 1998 release. So I've just got this from Vinted. It's in mediocre condition. Unfortunately, the case is broken, but everything else looks good. Black label only. I don't think it's got a platinum, funny enough. And I think it was about £7, so it was the cheapest available at the time. I think the guy on Vinted only did Royal Mail, so it was a bit more expensive than usual to get it, and at the time I was like, yeah, whatever. I think I might have bought this on balance. I want to say it's £11 or £12 delivered, which is around the going rate for the game anyway. Let's just say it was not well received. It kind of follows the stereotype of typical tie-in game, which is just bad. So I've looked this up already, and I'm going to insert a short clip from someone who's done kind of a short review of it, and the clip that I've taken kind of sums it up quite well. So I'll insert that right here.
The Fifth Element is one of the best campy action sci-fi movies of all time. The Fifth Element for the PS1 that is based on that great movie is one of the worst PS1 games I've ever played in my life. And when I say it's based on it, it is based on it very loosely. And that's really strange because this game's cutscenes are actually just snippets from the movie. Like every cutscene is just a little scene from the movie. But then the actual story in-game has nothing to do, or almost never has anything to do with what's actually happening in the movie. The biggest problem in this game is the god-awful controls. Oh my god, you can't do anything. See, you play as both Corbin and Lilu. Lilu is something like a platforming part of the game where she runs around, looks for various key cards and keys, but she still fights. She's basically like Lara Croft if Lara Croft was developed by the creators of Bubsy 3D.
So yeah, it doesn't sound great. I don't really want to taint my view of the Fifth Element as a whole by playing it as much. It's in my collection, it's not expensive, it doesn't look great, and by the sounds of it, it's the controls and the camera, and I don't know whether much thought went into it or effort, or maybe it was lacking budget or time for release. But it doesn't look like a good game, guys. I don't know if I want to put myself through the torture of playing that, knowing that's a bad game for one of my most beloved films. Yeah, PS1 graphics at its best. The graphics aren't the bad thing about this, let's face it. It's just not a good game. So it's unfortunate, that one. I think there is various different covers for this. Maybe not for UK, but I think the US obviously got a different cover. I think the Japanese cover was actually kind of like the film art of Lilu jumping. If you've seen the film, you know that very iconic moment, or that very iconic scene. I think that's the artwork cover of the PS1 game for the Japanese release, which would be amazing to have. That's a really iconic scene, and it just pops. It looks fantastic. Apparently, it looks really good on these 4K releases as well. There's a lot of depth to the scene, and I can't wait to see that. But yeah, being a 7-year-old at the time, big crush on this wonderful lady, which has probably helped my love for the film. And it's just a good Bruce Willis action film with Gary Oldman as the villain, just playing a fantastic villain, and Chris Tucker just absolutely stealing scenes that he's in. Just excellent, super green, absolutely love it. I can't praise it enough.
And this is?
Lilu Dallas Multipass.
I'm very happy that I finally picked these up. Combined total of around £45. I didn't have to get that US release. It is regarded as the slightly inferior release. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong, but from what I've seen online, the Studio Canal version is the better version. But yeah, I think I've got this in a nice kind of like variant release for DVD, which will be, I don't know if it's in the house or where it's buried somewhere down there. That's a pretty cool release. I'll put it on screen if I find it. I've not got anything else surrounding it. I'm not into Funko Pops. I do Funko Pops with these, obviously. I do Funko Pops with everything. Maybe it's better that I forget that it's got a PS1 tie-in game, but it's in the collection now, right? So anyway, let me know in the comments, is that something you saw, you know, growing up in the 90s like I did? Is there any... I don't know how long the list is for 90s film PS1 tie-in games. I imagine the list is incredibly short for good tie-in games. Let me know if there's any down below that you think I should pick up. So yeah, a little bit different picking up a film, but I thought we'll get it back on track with getting the PS1 game as well. Thank you for everyone that's watched. Like and comment, subscribe as usual, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you very much.